Woo-hoo-hoo! Look at this. We got some new toys. You guys guess what they are? 2 brand new John Deere 4640 monitors. They finally started coming in. Actually, they've been coming in for a while. We've had these for a little bit. But we're gonna do some new stuff with harvest this year, and next year we got some really fun stuff we're gonna be doing with these. But we've never had one of these before. The only Gen 4 displays we've ever had are the ones that are built into the armrests of like the S780 and the 9570. Yeah, only 2 things we've ever had. But now we have 2 universal displays, so we're gonna do some in-field data sharing this year. So I'm gonna put one of these in the combine and probably one of them in the grain cart. Yeah, why not? So what in-field data sharing is, let's pretend that this head is on this combine and you are combining half a swath of soybeans, okay? So half it's already been combined, half it hasn't. But the half that has been combined was combined with the other harvester. So this combine is gonna show a lower yield than you're actually getting because it thinks that it is receiving a full swath of soybeans rather than a half swath. So with in-field data sharing, this combine will know where that combine has been and account for it. That's gonna fall. These have been sitting in my bedroom for like a month now, and we just got our combine back from inspection. So it's just been kind of sitting there torturing me a little bit. Don't need that. Ha. Hey, and it even came with thumb screws. It came with 4 thumb screws. Look at that. 2 more than you need. I'll take it. Woo! So I figured out why the monitor comes with 4 thumb screws. And that's because there's 4 holes back here. And the 2630 mount has 2. And we went to lunch, talked to the dealership, and they did not have one of these on hand. And we're gonna start combining here in a couple of days. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to measure the holes in that. Then I'm gonna make a bracket that bolts onto here and then has the other holes on it. So that way it's just like an adapter bracket to go on there. Because I wanna get this done today. All right, so I made this little thing. This will just pretend this pallet is a bracket. It'll just bolt on like that. Now I need to find something square that I can bolt the new monitor onto. Found this chunk of something, cut in 4x4 square out in the corner. Then I'll weld it to the other piece. I might have put some spacers in there, not for sure yet, but I'm gonna take the plasma cutter and cut this square out quick. So I got that monitor bracket put together and I painted it. It's currently drying. And while I'm waiting for it to dry before I can put the monitor in the combine, my dad went over to me. He's like, hey, you know they're putting on manure on the organic or the transitional stuff, right? I'm like, really? And apparently they got a really cool way. So they have these tankers that have like the pump and the filler too. I don't know my manure stuff right, my terms that well, but the tube and everything, it's all like built onto the truck. So they just kind of like come up, unload it really quick onto the manure tanker, and the manure tanker just goes to town here in the field. So I don't have my drone with me today, sadly, because I was not expecting this, but I'll try and film as much as I can from my GoPro here. It looks like he's empty. He's coming up here right now. What has he got there? An 8400R. Nice. They haven't come talk to me or anything. They just like, I'm just hanging out. Probably have no clue what I'm doing. But I just want to watch. That's all I'm doing. Oh, that's blinker. Oh, then he backs up. Interesting. Huh. Learning. Oh, a little further. There we go. Does no one have to get out of the cab? That is slick. When I really look at it, it looks like there's a camera on the end of the boom here. So that must be, I don't know if they both have access to that camera or just a truck driver, but that's how they know whether it got in or not, because I don't think either of them can see it from their cabs without a camera of some sort. But that is neat, because normally, like, you have a tanker truck, and then you have a tractor with a PTO powered pump, then you gotta connect the tanker to the pump, then you gotta put the drive underneath the pump with this, and then you gotta run the tractor to suck all the manure out of the tanker. This is just like, there's no one getting in and out of the cabs. Everyone just stays where they are. There's a lot less spillage. But I don't think there's any spillage, minus what might seep out of there when he brings the auger or whatever, the boom back in. Yeah, this is slick. I like this. See how it washes mirrors. That guy is way more proficient than I am at doing stuff like that. I wash mirrors at the beginning of the season, and then when I can't see out of them. Just like that, unfolds his tanker, folds his up, and off they go. That was like 3 minutes, maybe. Slick. Look at that, he's already pumping. Nuts. That is so efficient. Cool. Well, let's go see if my bracket's dried. Alright, so here's our bracket. Ugly, but it works. Maybe. Okay, so according to my eyeballed calculations, this will work. We will see for sure. I haven't really tested to make sure these holes lined up. Yeah, they line up. We're good. Okay. Found a small flaw. Thumb nuts will not work there, or here. Can't use thumb nuts. I gotta use actual bolts. I didn't leave enough space. Because I looked it up online. I was like, the bracket that I could have bought but wouldn't have gotten here in time had this part sticking way out. And I was like, what the heck? Why do they need all that room? And now I see why they need all that room. That makes sense. Got it. Got it. It's up there. It's sturdy. I want to import this file. I just sent myself the setup files. Import. Harvest 2022 soybeans. There we go. All right, it's the next day. I promise yesterday I did not spend all day just working on that monitor. I did a bunch of stuff yesterday, didn't film a whole lot of it. But today we're actually gonna get these two combines talking and just get them everything set up for fall, because probably in 2 days my time, this field will be harvested. This is I think I mentioned that yesterday. I don't remember. Anyways, these are a 1.4 maturity soybean, and they're getting ready. Should I just start getting combines out? Sure. Okay. Will that stay on a curved window? Oh, maybe it will. Look at that. All right. Alright, now I just gotta remember how to get these things talking to one another. I've actually never set it up before. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep. Just give me a second, let me figure out what we need to do here.
Oh, Dustin, somebody hooked up my radio. Who did that?
Probably the dealership, to be honest. Okay, so exit out of your cameras there.
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
Exit out of your cameras. Okay, now let's go to your menu button in the bottom right. Go to, I believe it is System. I was wrong. Try Applications. Scroll down. Hit the sharing button next to, yep, right there. And then click the Enable Sync from Operations Center. Okay. Hit the one operator. Okay, let me do the same. Go to Work Setup in the bottom left. Change your crop type there to soybeans. And then hit variety. Click on the 3 dots to the right of variety locator map. And then click that audible tone and visible notification button. And then hit OK. Hit OK. And now change your location to test.
To what?
The top one there, test. Sweet, now you see how it says active operators 2?
Yep.
So you see that dot to your, in the front right there?
Yeah, that's you.
Yep, that's me. And I believe, let me try some stuff here. See how you just received a sharing test button? Hit, now hit your set track button on the top right. And then there's that sharing test. That's the guidance line I just sent you.
That little cloud download thing?
What cloud? I don't see a cloud download thing on your screen.
What am I supposed to hit?
The track that says sharing test. I just created that here and then I sent it over to you. So now what you do is, let's say you get in a field and you create a new track or you're using a track or something. If you hit so whatever track you're using, so that would be that test one up at the top there.
Yep.
So on this screen right now, the one on the top is the one you're currently using, and then I believe if you hit OK, it'll change it, right? Now hit set track again. Yep. So let's say you get into a field before Dustin does, and what you do is you create your track, and then when he joins the same field that you're in, you can hit that cloud button and it will send your track to his combine.
Okay.
And then I believe that the data will automatically be shared between the two combines, and then also you can see like the total yield and total acres between the two combines, as long as you're in the same field and have the same crop selected.
So can you share the thing with the auger wagon, or they don't have a fancy enough monitor?
So this combine cannot. There is a way to do it. I didn't really look into it. I was going to have the thing where you can steer the grain cart from the from your combine, but I thought maybe next year, because I'm more worried about AutoPath and I don't want to pay the $850 to drive the grain cart this year. So what I did was I'm going to put the old monitor in the grain cart for this year, so that way we can figure out if AutoPath works in the 8410 when the neighbors start combining their stuff. But next year we will have a subscription already in place, so next year we can. But this year, with me not being here all the time and not here to figure it out. I just thought it'd be better to wait till next year for that one.
No, I'm fine with that.
Okay, sweet. So I think, I mean, that should be all that needs to be done there. Yeah, I mean, obviously if you have any questions, call me and I can remote in, but I think that's it for that. So that's really all I need your combine for.
You need to hook up there yet?
Yeah, I'll hook up here yet. Okay, so Op Center decided to delete my offsets for all of our headers. I know I had them last year. I know I did for a fact, but I cannot find them. So I'm gonna hook up a header, the 635F soybean header in this case, and just get some offsets, so that way when it comes to combining here this week when I'm gone, they can just hook up and go. They don't need to be sitting there trying to measure offsets.
Make darn sure you got a good grip on the head before you lift it.
So if I'm measuring the offsets to the cutting point, if you were to lower the head down more than it is right now, it's not going to change a whole lot, will it?
I think so.
You think it will?
Let's just hook it up.
Just hook it up, back it up, and okay. Grab a tape measure. Don't need one this long, but it's there. Okay, so I need to measure from the receiver, which if I do this all by eyeballs, right? Because it gets close enough. So if you look at it, the receiver is not quite to the main bar of the header here. I would say it's more in line with these lights. So I have the tape measure set up to the lights. I come back to the front axle, which is about 7 foot 1 inch 2 inches. We'll say 7 foot 2 inches, just to be safe. And then I'll mark it with a little. I'll remember here. This rock that is sticking up, that will be my, well, the one that rock. I'll remember that that's the rock. So I don't do math in public. So 7 times 12, 84 plus 2, 86. So 86 inches there. So we go up here where it says 74.4. We type in 86. Okay, and now we have the header, which, so we need to find the distance from the axle to the work point, and then from the work point to the cutter bar. Here's where I gotta remember where my rock is, because I'm gonna flip this around. I gotta put this on my rock, right there. And then go all the way out to the cutter bar. So from my rock or the front axle to, we're going to say that this bar is the work point. We are at 8, we'll call it 8 feet. And then from there to the cutter bar is 3 feet. 3 feet, 3 feet, 3 inches. So 8 feet plus 36 and 39 inches. So 7.9, pretty close. 8 feet, and then it was 3.1, we'll say. There we go. Save that. Actually, I'm gonna take a picture of that and then put it in Op Center again, so that way next year I don't have to do this. Actually, 3 foot 3 inches would actually be 3.25. 3.2 it is. Okay. Okay, got that one. So when you get in your combine, you're gonna have to do this because you don't have offsets either, or correct ones. So basically what you do is menu, applications, Equipment Manager.
Okay.
Click your combine. So here's your GPS offsets, and here's your header. So that's why like you can't select your header on this like you could at Gen 3. It just auto does it.
Okay.
So here, what I say?
So what do I have in my combine?
Same monitor as this.
That'll pick a head, or what do you mean?
Will it pick a head? I'll have to look at
It
it.
seems like it knows what head's on it.
Yeah, well, that's what this is doing. Like normally on an old Gen 3 monitor, I didn't have to have it connected. I could just go change the offsets and everything.
Oh.
This, you need to have it connected in order for it to even.
So we need those numbers in there?
So they won't be the same numbers as yours. Yours will already have this number. It's this 1 that I'm worried about.
That'll be the same.
Because, but what I'm saying is yours will probably also show 3.2.
Okay.
But I just measured it to be 4.9 out of 12 inches is a little over half. I'll say like 4.6. And lastly, what I need to do here today is get this iPad set up in my dad's combine, because we use John Deere Operations Center and Field View. I'm kind of trying to get away from Field View and just use Operations Center. But Field View still has satellite imagery, which actually comes very much in handy. So it's until John Deere Op Center gets some imagery or satellite imagery, it's going to be hard to get rid of it. But so we use these little pucks that go in like the tractor and combine to get data from your monitor to Field View to your iPad. And this puck was still in the planter tractor from this spring. So I'm just going to move it over to the combine, get the iPad connected, and so that way on Tuesday when I'm at college, or roughly Tuesday, I don't know what day they're actually going, but that way when I'm at college I don't get 15 phone calls on setting everything up. I hopefully only get 1 or 2. You can always say 0, but it'll be at least 1 or 2. Down here is a diagnostic port. So this goes right there. There, blink green. Let's key this on quick. My dad usually has 2 iPad holders in his combine because he likes to listen to documentaries while he combines. But let's see if I can't get this thing to connect. Haha, look at that. Now if I go to Field View, drive connected, still thinks we're planting. Nope. Wow, we got a lot of sprayers in here. 780. There we go. So now I should be able to go to map. There we go. It's all set up. Now I just need to find his other iPad holder, probably in the planter tractor. Well, there we go, guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully the next video you guys see will be us taking out some crops. Super excited. Going to be a good year. If you haven't seen the video where we go and walk through some cornfields, you should definitely go check that out. Super excited. We're super blessed this year. We're expecting to see some pretty good crops. So see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.